morning people, welcome back to another video on my channel. Got a big day on the cars today. Gonna start by doing some 400 meters over at the track, and then I'm back in with my boy down at Mykonos Performance for another big session. Gonna come back here and then do a football session as well. So before I get stuck into this big day, let's go and get some breakfast. This morning I did another running session, 10 400s again, back to the start of my cycle. Good times again, had less of a rest after the 5th rep today, which wasn't bad. I'm now heading into Little Venice, which is the town in Mykonos. Just going to get some lunch, have a little walk around, see what the town's about, and then from there I'm going to be heading to Mykonos Performance to get one last session in with my guy Jordan. I think we're going to do a heavy leg session now. I'm not too sure though. We'll see what he's got on the cards when we get there, but I'm feeling good at the minute. Going to go back to pre-season in really good shape, feeling strong, sharp, fit. So I'm excited.
Forward, side, back. Try and proper like up and up on the rotation. Try and good. So all the movement should come from your hips.
Yep. Some homies need. Sesh done.
Great work, lad.
What are you laughing for? A fresh pair of goggles. It's gonna make my recovery easier. Call me Michael Phelps. When you swim, do you go 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3.
Every 6.
Every 6? But breathe the same side?
Breathe, same side.
Right side?
Right side, yeah.
I just go every 2. Bam, bam.
I know you do.
Alright, really good session with Jordan down at Mykonos Performance. I've had a tough day today, to be fair. 400s this morning and then that session there, but gonna get a bit of technique working this evening, so let's go. There's no one here. So they've got really good equipment here in the container over there, but the manager of the local team here, Mykonos FC or whatever they're called, he's not here today. There's actually no one here at all. So let's put a little bit of a spanner in the works. So I can't get the cones, the hurdles, the rebound boards out. I'm just gonna do a session that I actually do by myself all the time. It's just replicating movements on a pitch. So I'm just gonna use the mini goals. That's the only equipment I've really got, and the main big goal to finish with a strike. Not that I do much shooting in games, but it's just fun. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of turning out. There's so many times in games as a centre back, you'll drive out of the back with the ball and there won't be anything on it, and you have to manipulate the ball, turn back out some sort of way. So I'm gonna practice a few turns, just little step overs, turning back out and recycling play. And also I'm going to practice facing my own goal, having a striker closing me down, little movements to get myself out of danger and get my team back on the attack. So that's what I'm going to work on today. I'm just going to start off getting a bit warm by doing some kick-ups, and I'll show you different kick-up variations that you can do to improve your technique and your ball control. So just to start with, obviously left foot, right foot, one touch on each side. And you'll think that these sort of drills, they don't really transfer well into a game, but they just help improve your all-round ball control. So I start at one height, around this height, left foot, right foot, keeping the ball up, keeping concentration, trying to stay as light on my toes as possible. And then you can progress this a bit higher, left foot, right foot, every time. We don't want to go left foot, or right foot to start with. Just keep going, staying concentrated, and stay with this variation for 1 or 2 minutes, different heights. Bring it back down to low again. Loads of touches. We'll really work on your control. So just keep going from low to high. Too low, that one, see? Obviously the higher you do it, the harder you will make it for yourself. See them Brazilians do this? They're like magicians with the ball. Then come back down to low. Back to high. The sun's so high here, it blinds me. This is a good way just to warm up. Two good variations there. Once you've done that for around 1 to 2 minutes, go 1 foot. Same thing, low, left foot only. Hundreds and hundreds of touches. Not only is it good for ball control, but working on one leg for this period of time will also help improve your balance and coordination too. So same again, transition it to higher. And you'll soon find the rhythm. Bring it back down to low again. Then when you're ready, transition to the other foot. So this is my weak foot, obviously I'm left footed. It's really good weak foot practice as well. Same thing again, if you can on your weak side, and it'll be a bit harder because you'll be so used to standing on your weak leg as opposed to using it and standing on your strong leg. transition it to higher again. Too low that one. Too low that one. It's hard on your weak foot. But it's good practice. Once you get into that rhythm, when you start noticing improvements. Say head height is a good target to start with. Around about here. Too low. Too low. That's good. That's all right. It's good. Too low. Too low. So, good 10 to 15 minutes just working technique there. See, I've got a dab on as well. I don't know if it's because it's 30 degrees or it is actually a workout. I feel nice and warm. And now I'm going to get into just some match specific stuff. So, let's go. All right, so I'm going to do a drill that I like to do often in the season. And it involves 2 movements and a weak foot pass. Something that, as a centre half, I'll do loads and loads of times in games. And even the centre mids and fullbacks, they get into the same positions as this. So, let me show you this one. Obviously there's the big goal. That's where my keeper will be. The small goal here, that is imitating my centre back partner. So the right centre back, I'm playing left centre back obviously. We're attacking this way. And how I start this drill is, I start facing my own goal. And there's so many times that when you're playing games, other teams will leave the ball in behind you. You have to get onto the ball. So I'm pretending now I'm in that scenario. I've got onto the ball and the opposition striker is closing me down. So as he's shutting me down, I have to somehow, look, if you want to be a top centre back, a top defender, when you're facing your own goal, and you'll see this with the best in the world, you can't just get here, show no composure and whack it out the stands for a throw-in. Yeah, when you play low down, you can get away with that and the fans might give you a little round of applause for some decent defending. But if you want to get to the top level, when you're facing your own goal, the best players and the best centre halves, the best defenders, they'll be able to find a way to do a little body feint or a little trick, come back out with the ball, sell the striker and put their team back on the attack. I'm going to imitate as if I was driving out of the back with the ball. So, pick up some pace. I'm going to pretend there's nothing on, I can't play forwards, which also happens many times in a game. So I'm going to do the step over, my left foot, turn back out. My centre back partner is the goal, and it will also incorporate some weak foot practice. So I'll play a pass with my right foot around the back so my team can get back out the other side and start an attack. Just put a little badminton net behind the goal. Well, I think it's a badminton net. I call it my little safety net in case any of my right foot passes go astray. Let's go. When you're doing this first turn, pretending there's a striker up your arse, practice being able to move your body sharply and then quickly getting a ball manipulation in over and over again. You have to know where the striker is behind you, whether he's fallen for your body feint, because there's times you may not have fell for the first movement. You have to do a second movement, or you might have to do a step over as well to then come out. And if you're comfortable enough with your weak foot, you know in the back of your mind, you've always got the safety path with your right foot back to the goalkeeper. So it's an advanced skill. Do this in games, really helps you stand out. 7 out of 10. Session done. 20 minutes work. So match specific for me, especially being a centre back. And the deeper you get into these sessions, the more tired you'll get, and that's when you really have to focus on your technique. There's going to be times in games, 65, 70 minutes in, where your legs are heavy, you're breathing heavily, that you have to be able to perform these advanced techniques as opposed to taking the easy option, just booting out of the stands, which is it's too old school now. The game's moved on from that. To stand out and to make it nowadays, you need to be able to implement these sort of things into actual games. So really hard day done. 10 400s this morning. If you want to see my running session, I'll leave a link at the end of this video. It's the hardest session that I do in the off season. 10 400s, absolutely brutal. Make sure to check it out. It was in the first session that I did out here in Mykonos. So gonna rest up for the evening. We've got a dinner reservation tonight at, I think, Buddha Bar maybe, which will be nice. And I'll see you guys then. Just in my room now, waiting for a taxi to get to the hotel. Gonna head to Zuma tonight. It's in Carvo Tago. But I thought before the taxi arrives, I'll answer one more of your guys' questions. I've got a question here. It's from RB, and he asks, advice on recovering from setbacks. So this is a great question, mate, and it's something that a lot of people struggle with. Something I can relate to myself, having been released by Southampton when I was 19 years of age. When you suffer from setbacks or things don't go your way in life, the thing that helps keep me focused on the right path is that self-belief that I have. And if you have that, you'll be all right. I remember when I got released by Southampton, I remember the coach saying to me, Taff, do you know that of the current England squads, they have been released on average 1.7 times during their career, and these were the best of the best players at that time. And you have to think to yourself, look, it's the first time I've been released by Southampton. I was never released up until then. These players, some have been released once, some have been released twice, maybe 1 or 2, 3 times in their careers. That's a lot, and they've still managed to get to the top level. So I remember at the time, the offers that came in for me, I think it was Dagenham and Redbridge, Bradford's, Salisbury City, where I'd just been on loan. I felt like I was better than them clubs at the time. I think they were in League 2, Salisbury were Conference South or something. I felt like the opportunities that they were offering me, the 2 League 2 clubs, I wasn't going to go straight in and play, and I felt like I could play at that level. So I turned them down, and a month went by, 2 months went by, I was left with nothing. Every day, I remember I was doing 3 sessions a day in my local park, just getting fit, working on my strength, agility, just praying that something would come up. And months went by, and nothing did pop up. Kept working away, kept working hard, had that belief in myself. And I think 5 or 6 months down the line, I saw that Mansfield was struggling in the conference. So I thought, look, I know they're an ambitious club with ambitious owners that are trying to climb through the leagues. So why not just give these lot a call? I couldn't rely on my agent at the time. So I thought, let me just take things into my own hands here. I'm working so hard, I'm ready, I'm fit, I'm ready to go into a club. Let me give these lot a call. It's so naive, because you can't just call the reception and hope that something will come off the back of it. But that's what I did. I called reception, and honestly, I got so lucky. The director happened to pick up the phone to me. Paul Broughton was his name. And I just the tone of my voice must have convinced him to just please have a word with the manager. Look, I've got this manager who will give me a good reference. I've got this coach who will give me a good reference. And he did. Honestly, 999 times out of 1,000, one of the 2 girls who work at that reception would have picked up the phone. But that one time I called, he happened to be in the reception. They must have been busy and he ended up picking up the phone. Unbelievable. But I've always believed that hard work pays off, and I really do think that's why he picked up that phone to me that day. So when things do go wrong for you, because there's going to be certain things in your life that you can't control, and things will upset you, things will go wrong, you can either mope about it, or you can be one of these people who thinks, yeah, look, I'm going to use this to my advantage now. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to work harder than ever. And I'm going to prove to the people who doubted me or did let me go or didn't give me a chance that I am good enough. And when I got released, I just took it as a chance to improve and get better every single day, knowing that all the hard work and dedication will pay off in the long run. I hope all that information helps you, RB mate. I'm going to get out to the front of the hotel now. I think the taxi will be there, and I'm going to head to Zuma, so I'll see you guys in a bit. So I had a hard day today. Double session. Just got to one of the most popular restaurants in Mykonos, Zuma, and gonna enjoy some Korean beef with a sweet soy sauce.
Smells so good. I'm so jealous. Does it taste as good as it smells?
It smells as good as it tastes, yeah. No idea why, but they just brought over the Wagyu beef. It's complimentary from the restaurant. It's got cornflakes on it. He's come over, it's like, have any of you got any allergies? I said, yes, we have a gluten allergy.
That's
And
me.
she's done a U-turn. I said, wait, whoa. Where are you going? She's like, I have a complimentary Wagyu beef here. I said, no, I don't have a gluten allergy. I'm sorry, you can't have it. The cornflakes really makes it.